Welcome back, my friends. Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is having an amazing day, amazing week, whatever the case may be. But I wanted to get into a quick story time as I wind down here for the day. In my makeup favorites video, I it was about essentially like starting over. If I had to start over, I know a lot of those videos tend to be like hypothetical, like if I can start my makeup kit all over, if I knew what I knew now, this is what it would be. No, that wasn't the case for me. I legitimately had to start over. I had to buy all of these makeup items like from scratch, everything like that. And why, you ask? Because my house burned down. No, that's not something that makes me very. That's not very exciting, but at the same time, like, it is what it is. It. Have you? Does anyone know Mace? Mace and Cameron, right? Well, I don't watch their podcast, but I love that. He just. It is what it is, right? Because exactly that. Like, I cried, I boohooed over it, but like I gotta keep it moving and grooving. There's way too many times, like I'm from New York. There's way too many times that I've, as a youngin on the train, going where I needed to go, and you see the signs of something like that happening. Their house burning down. You literally lose everything, and motherfuckers stay homeless. So your girl is not homeless. I was for like 30 days. I was unhoused, whatever you want to call it, right? Like that was me. So for a little while, I'm still getting back on my feet, but starting over, bruh, starting over in any capacity is something that's like very, very, very hard to do. It's not fun, right? It hurts the pockets crazy. Um, and I had to start over with like makeup items, clothing, and then obviously like finding some place to live. That was the main focus. The day that it happened, it's such a stressful day, and of course, like how I handle most trauma, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep working. I will feel my feelings for 5 seconds. It wasn't 5 seconds. I probably cried like out loud, heavy cries for 20 minutes, and then was just like, I gotta get back to work. I literally just lost everything. I literally watched everything that I fucking owned in life just up in smoke, up in flames, in flames. Like that shit was the crazy experience, the craziest thing that I think that I've ever experienced in life, right? Like it was just gone, literally, like everything. I was already out for the day, so my laptop, I had that on me. My iPad unfortunately was at home. I was trying to travel light, and that's why I think now like I carry everything that's important with me, like my laptop. I have a new iPad now. Um, my printer went. I'm a mobile notary, so I need that printer. So I also started over without a printer. So I also low key like, do you need it? But that can be another video for another day. Um, yeah, man. So I had to buy everything from scratch. So like makeup, skincare. So it also made me realize it really also made me realize that like with all of like the higher end items that I had, that all that shit is a scam. You can just get most of the things at the drugstore, not everything. Like there are some things that I'm like, please, like you spend the money. Like if you got it, like spend the money on those items. But there's a lot of things that now, like in retrospect, I'm like, bruh, I was wasting my money. This CeraVe works just as well as a higher end product that I was using. This this better than sex mascara, which is like maybe 25, 30 a tube. I still haven't found a mascara that I do like, but you get the point. You get the point. Um yeah, losing everything, like that was something that was like really really hard for me. I think that it would be hard for anyone. But as I said, I immediately just jumped back into work. I had no other choice. I don't take a lot of days off. I wasn't really doing that before. It definitely wasn't going to catch me doing that now. I cried for like 20 minutes. I went to have lunch, and now I'm like, okay, I need to continue to get it while also figuring out where was I going to live. The city the city put us in that's how I also know some as a real estate agent, like these voucher programs. I'm probably going to go on several tangents, but bear with me. These voucher programs that are supposed to help you, there's so much red tape, and I know that it gets frustrating for people. There's so much red tape that people have to cross, and people who I don't even know where they get their numbers or figures to tell me that. Let me go back. Right, so the city offered us a voucher which would pay for all of the upfront costs. No brokers fee per usual, but I'm an agent, so I already know what's up. People come to me with these programs all the time, and I already know what the deal is. But obviously, like, I am going to, if I can use it, I was gonna attempt to use it. Some people really just like, I'm gonna use it, and they search for a really long time until they can find somebody that I didn't have that luxury. I was living at a hotel that they put us in, that they also didn't accept dogs. So really, I was staying with my friend. Shout out to her, um, for allowing me to stay. That is, sharing your space with someone who's not a part of your everyday. Like, that's not easy to do. I like my space, so I really appreciate holding me down and looking out for me. But this the voucher, when I finally found something, right, I know more often than not, in order to receive these type of assistance, you need to have a lease. Now, in like 80, not even 80, I'm going to say 99.9% of the time, no landlord is going to give you a lease without some bread, without paying a security deposit. And now you can't receive these funds from these programs without having a lease. I'm sorry. I like those two things just don't go together. It leaves people asked out, because I would have been asked out. My landlord, she knows me now. I feel like, if she knew me as a person prior, she just had like whatever. If she knew me as a person prior, maybe, but honestly, I don't know anyone that would do that. And then on top of that, I was gonna shoot my shot and ask her, right? Hey, you already know my situation. I'm looking for a place. This fits my needs. You're looking for a tenant, right? Win-win. I You always gotta shoot your shot, and so I was gonna attempt to shoot my shot and ask her, like, hey, can we get the lease? This program will pay you whatever. And when I tell the program about the apartment that I found, they told me that the rent for the apartment was above market rent in the county. And I was like, where do you get these numbers from? Because I'm an agent in this county, and it's right on par for what the market rent is for a 2 bedroom. Where are you getting these numbers? Like, I'm really confused. And they couldn't tell me where they got these numbers or these stats, because you can Google what a 2 bedroom costs in the county, and for the most part it's like 18 and up. Anything below that, you're living in places that I personally wouldn't feel safe in. I don't deem safe. I don't show clients in those areas, and you want me to live there? Like, nah. I'm not rocking with it. So I decided to go without the voucher, because we were already at the 30-day mark, and it took me 30 days to just about find something. So I moved forward without it. So even these almost any type of assistance program, like, I don't have the tolerance for it. There's too much red tape, and it will leave you fucked up. It will leave you fucked up. So shout out to the people who have the patience for it, I guess, and deal with it. I rather just find the money and get the money that I need to have something that I want, than waiting for somebody to give me hoops that I have to jump through for for some bread. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. Um so boom, we find we find an apartment. I'm with my mom and my dog, by the way. And yeah, so boom, like we find an apartment, we move in, and it was it was the greatest feeling. And granted, I was over the moon that it didn't take that long. 30 days without having like a home to like or your real like home. Like obviously I had a home. It wasn't my home. I had a roof over my head. I had somewhere to go. Some people don't have anywhere to go. Again, I'm a realtor, so I know a lot of people in these situations end up in shelters, and it's something that's very hard. So I'm like blessed and thankful. Ooh, we're not gonna do that. I'm blessed and thankful that that wasn't my scenario and that wasn't my experience. Um, we're gonna pause. Oh, nah, yeah, I'm blessed and thankful that that wasn't my experience, and yeah, I'm blessed and thankful that that wasn't my experience. But this shit is still not easy nonetheless. Um, so yeah, whatever. 30 days, boom, we got an apartment, and that was, of course, the biggest thing. And then you're like, okay, oh, even before we found that, in between finding a place, your girl was still working. I was actively going to networking events, right? Almost every event that I went to, like, oh no, let's go back to, yes, finding the voucher. We found an apartment, and then also clothing. Like, how did I get that? The city gave us a card. It wasn't a lot. It was not a lot of money to essentially get a few items, clothing items, toiletries, things like that. I, as far as like really like the pieces, the things that I started over with was like a concealer, a powder, mascara, and the only reason like I bought those items was because post a fire, girl's gonna be crying. I was still working, meeting clients, doing showings, notary work. Like I had notary work probably a call maybe a day or two after my house burnt down. So I was up in that house, and I usually dress. It depends on the day, but overall you're gonna catch me like pretty business casual, like right now, and or suited and booted. It just depends on the day. But I was headed to my notary appointments in sweatpants. In the beginning, I was apologizing for my appearance because I tried to, you know, give the like this is a luxury service. So if you're getting luxury, your notary probably shouldn't be in sweatpants. So most of them were cool with it, but I felt the need because again, it's not a cheap service, so I shouldn't be looking like chilling at the crib. But yeah, I was in sweatpants and sneakers doing notary appointments. I didn't care. I still had to get this bread, and like that was that. But yeah, I was still um the community also helped. I think that that was something that was like really cool and that I appreciated. Like they had clothing drives, people brought their clothes. Some I'm not sure if any of the neighbors had children, so like people donated toys, all of that stuff. I thought that that was so dope. So I had, clothing to wear. So I had to start over with those things. I was still hardcore going to networking events as well. So I had to buy blazer pieces, your H&Ms, those affordable places held me down, and they still do. Old Navy, all of those places held me down, and being able to get my my closet together, and also being able to like look put together. And Target. Your girl is a big fan of Target, Old Navy, and I did say H&M. Those are like my three favorite places that I went shopping, like having to start over and finding like blazers, skirts, pants, dresses, basically the look of me going to being an agent, going to these events. Those places like really helped, and saving some bread along the way. Um yeah, saving some bread along the way. And I really, really appreciated all of those affordable places. Um, so where we're at now? Okay, yes. I was living out of tote bags because I don't have duffel bags. Tote bags. We find the apartment. We move in. I had in Jersey. I didn't have this here for like showing purposes. I'll be taking some stuff home with me today, but like in Jersey, we don't have plastic bags. Everything is a tote. So make sure you have your tote, or you're gonna be like buying a tote. But all my stuff, all my stuff were in tote bags. Like if it wasn't my work stuff, um, all of it was in totes. Everything that I own, like, fit in my car. Everything that I owned fit in my car. We moved in, and I was just like, wow. I don't have a bed. I was sleeping on an air mattress. I also learned. I mean, I already knew this about me, but I didn't. It's awful of me that I don't seek help even when I need it. The first night. There's gonna be a lot of backtracking. The very first night, I had place to go. I had place to sleep. I had friends who, I always know that I have somewhere to stay, type shit. But that night, I just wanted to be by myself. I don't know about anybody else, how you guys handled doing things like that, but me, like, I wanted to be by myself so bad. Like the first night, I slept in my office. I bought the air mattress. Me and my dog. No one's at the office. Um, Me and my dog slept at the office. And people are like, that's crazy. You shouldn't be by yourself. I'm like, personally, I don't want y'all to be hearing me crying all night. To be honest, I want to like cry as loud as I want to myself. And that's exactly what I did. Um, I am terrible at, I am very, very terrible at asking for help, letting people know I need anything. I don't take that as a good thing. I'm working on it. But but yeah, so that was like my first night, and again, I was still working, doing showings. I still actively had clients, and shit. That's also why I realized clients, real estate clients, specifically rental clients who were in similar circumstances, right? Well, you know how during that time period of me not, I think I should like get up a bit. During that time period of me starting over and not having a place to live in the same way that they didn't, that but that's not something that I'm going to divulge to them, right? I've often absorbed their feelings of you don't know what it's like not to have anything, you don't want to help, blah 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 blah. And meanwhile, I'm living a reality of oh. Meanwhile, I'm living a reality of I'm still trying to help you, and I'm going through the exact same situation. I'm trying to help you out while I'm also trying to help me out. And I did both. Shout out to the people who, who trusted me along the way. And not that, again, no one really knew that I was going through those things, but, shout out to the people that had the patience with me during that time, because I definitely didn't. So a lot of renters can be very needy of your time. And I'm actively looking for places while actively trying to help you look for places. Like, bruh, what a time. Like that shit is crazy. Um um but yeah, I was just still doing my best to like be me, do me, all the things. Like I said, I was actively now going to networking events, letting people know that I'm a notary per usual, things like that. Like shit didn't stop for me. Shit kept going. It kept going. All in all, the reason I even just wanted to talk about this just because one, it comes up, right? Like I had to start over with the makeup video. I want to do a video about like some of my hair care products that I started over with. Um cuz I had to. I'm like I had to buy all these things and do these things to start over and and keep going. Like I really don't know what to say other than that. Like we go through things. Starting over at any point in your life is not, it's not easy, right? When you go through something that you've never been through before, it always feels the worst. It's the worst feeling because if you've done it before, it's like whatever, I know what to do now, right? That is that's not always the case, right? The first time you're going through something, you don't want to go through that again, but starting over is not easy. It's not easy at all. And on top of that, that might be another discussion, but I don't really want it to be. Um, I was just also coming off of a breakup, a 10-year relationship, and then my house burned down. So a partner that I had, someone that has been in my life, that we lived together, all of those things, and then your house burns down. And then I think a few months later I got into a car accident. I don't I don't even know how I still function, to be honest. Um and then on top of that, I'm part of a real estate team. Pouring into other people, don't pour into motherfuckers when you really don't have a lot for yourself, or if they're not pouring into you. I don't mind pouring into others as long as I'm receiving that bag. And boy, do motherfuckers not give that bag. They don't give that bag, and that's a story for another day. Yeah, so starting over at any point in life is not an easy feat, but make sure that you have good people around you, people that really look out for you, and it's gonna help you get through that. Whether that be, give you ways to start over, or also just help you take your mind off it and give you like some fun. This is getting hot now. I'm gonna have to like come back. Z camera died or it got hot. But it's very important to have good people around you when you're going through stuff like that, because although I chose to have a lot of my moments alone, like tough moments, I chose to do that alone because that's just me. Um, I also had a lot of people in my circle, people that I can talk to, take my mind off of it, stuff like that. I think I already shouted my girl Karen out. Like, always have my back. Um, yeah, so it's really important to have people there for you when you're going through something like that. Like, very traumatic. I see things burning and like I think about that sometimes. Like, I think I saw a house that it was already burnt. They were basically in the demolishing phase of it, and I walked past it. I didn't realize like how triggering that would be. Excuse me. I didn't realize like how triggering that would be. I thought of like, my house going up in flames, stuff like that. So I still think about it from time to time. I think it's crazy that it's almost been 2 years, and sometimes I'm like, what have you done in those 2 years? And then other times I'm like, bro, I was here, right? Like starting from where I was already at, and then knocked down a few pegs and basically trying to climb my way back. And that doesn't always feel great, but it's just like, bro, I'm out here just doing what I have to do. You know what I mean? I'm glad I didn't cry in this video overall, but yeah, just starting from scratch, and no matter what the capacity is, right? I don't wish that anyone starts from complete scratch. A breakup is one thing, starting over, and I know a lot of people, this might go on another tangent, a lot of people are afraid to like start over by choice, right? Whether that be, leaving a partner that they might not be happy with, and I know that's not easy. That's why in my situation it's like, oh, feel do what you gotta do, honey. If you don't feel like your needs are met, like I applaud you. Do what you gotta do, because that's what I would want anyone to do. I listen to people in relationships all the time who they choose to stay in the situations because the thought of starting over, right? Like it it seems daunting, and I know that it's daunting. It's super aggressive. It's not fun, but I didn't have a choice in starting over, as far as like my house burning down, things like that. I literally didn't have a choice, and I'm still here. I still function. Would I choose to do that? No. But would I choose to start over in that way? No. Obviously, like I would rather a choice of me walking away from something that didn't serve me anymore, where, and that's anything, a job, whatever the case may be, switching careers. I've it's like my life reset, right? I quit my job as a teacher to, live this entrepreneurial life. Relationship done, house things done, car that I had, and my baby, I loved my Honda CRV, done. And I'm starting over with like a whole new thing, a whole new situation. And it's like a reel that I saw comparing, life to shows. I'm in a literally like a new season, new characters. Like what is the plot gonna be this time, right? Like I essentially have been, all the pieces, old facets of me don't no longer exist. My romantic relationship, the car that I had, the place that I was living in, all of that is gone. It's like a completely new season, new situation, new people that I'm meeting, new people that are entering my life and being here. And a lot of it, the universe pushed me there. And I'm sure they say that happens when you don't make the move, the universe is going to make it happen. And it crashed out on me. So obviously there was something that I need to pay attention to and make those changes. Otherwise, it's just going to continue to crash out on me until I like make those decisions, I guess. Um so yeah, starting over is not an easy feat, which is why I have like these behind me. What does it say? Confidence, check. Perseverance, check. Like, and leader. I don't really like to lead others, but like, it's out here. um, um, the perseverance thing though, like that's like right behind me. Oh, for sure. I'm out here doing what I gotta do. Um, that's it for now. That is my story time. Whatever. I guess if you have questions, thoughts, or concerns, I don't know what questions anyone would have regarding that experience, but it was a pretty traumatic experience. Not a fan. Don't like to talk about it. Don't really like to think about it. We're here now. What's next? I'm excited for what's next. What's popping? What's life going to be like moving forward? And I foresee that to be a fabulous one, a great one. But that's it. Thank you for listening to my story, catching this part 2 at home. I really appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a good day. Thanks. Bye.